It's also like a world where like monsters invade and stuff. So an MC gets taken to another world for them to be trained, but he gets forgotten into the world he's taken into, and because he got forgotten, like he cannot really level up to like past a certain level. So he keeps repeating level 1 to level 4 for like 22 years. Hi guys, welcome back to CJ's View. Welcome to today's channel. And on this channel, we do movie reviews, we do manhwa reviews, we do social commentary, and a lot of things. You can check through the channel, you're going to see. So we've been doing a lot of social commentary lately, and I just thought before YouTube starts thinking we only do social commentary, we need to let YouTube know that we do a lot on this channel. And also, in my everyday life, I've been getting like comments from friends that are looking for to me for like manual series recommendations and stuff. So I just thought, why not make another video today? You're wondering why I came like this, right? Look at me. I'm in character. Am I not in character? Imagine me as a character in your favorite action manual series. Give me a name in the comments. Let's see. The Let me give myself a name. As we know, in every action manual, right, it's common for the main characters to get like nicknames, especially in like in all this like martial art series. So let's see. The weird plum blossom flower. Anyways, so welcome back to TJV, guys, and today we're going to be doing action manual review as you've seen on the thumbnail. Yes, that's it. And as you know, we are usually unscripted, but we cannot do these things unscripted. Like you guys don't expect me to remember 20 manual names off my head, right? Like you actually don't remember me to you don't expect me to do that, right? Okay, I'm already bombing words. So 1 minute silence as usual for those that are going to be butchered today. And before you say it, I know my makeup is quite unusual, even more unusual than usual. But as you can see, my eyes look cute, so I need to something with my mouth. Like, if my eyes is cute, my mouth cannot be cute. Something about it has to be grungy. So let's get it on. So the first get it on. This is the elf with today. Oh my god. There used to be like a Stray Kids Felix, like something here, but it's removed. Wait, let's see if I can find it. Can these cars stop passing and making so much noise? Yeah, these I used to have this photo card at the back of the phone. I removed it, but I'm gonna put it back. Anyways, let's get into the video. So, first story today we're going to review is solo leveling. Number one, solo leveling. There is no one that knows anything about action manhwas that has never heard of solo leveling. If you've never heard of solo leveling, then you don't know anything about any manhwas or you don't know anything about anime. Like it's impossible basically unless you cannot be an anime or a manhwa fan and not know or never heard of solo leveling. It's just impossible. That's just how great the book is, and that's just how great the manhwa and the anime is. And the anime is still going on. Like there's still season of the anime at the moment. So let's get right into it. As usual, I'm going to be giving you guys like a summary of the plots, a subgenre, chapter numbers, and all the shit. No cussing on YouTube. So, as I said, number one, solo leveling. So, solo leveling is about Sung Jin Woo. Sung Jin Woo was like an F rank hunter. Okay, so the word setting of solo leveling is like, as you guys know, I'm chaotic. I don't know how to explain things. So, do with the information what you do with it. Anyways, in the world of solo leveling, it's a world where the world is coming to an end. There's like a monster invasion. There is gates. There is monsters. There is hunters and players and stuff. So Son Joe, the main character, was like an F rank hunter, and he survives in a double dungeon gate that should not have been survivable. And from there, he became a player, someone that can level up, even though almost everybody else cannot level up unless they get a reawakening, which is also very, very rare. So it becomes like super, super strong. And there's just a lot of obstacle and stuff. Like, it's really interesting. It is really, really interesting. And it has good art, like good artwork. The artwork is amazing. The story is phenomenal. Like, I love it. It has 200 chapters and it's completed. So you're just going to have fun reading it all through from the beginning to the end. And there's actually a second one going on right now, but not on the main character now, on the child of the main character, which I'm not really a fan of because if you know what they're doing with that book, man, I have a beef with it. But Solo Leveling itself is amazing, and you're not going to miss on anything, even if you don't follow his son's story. So you're not going to miss out on shit. So check it out. And as I said, it's complete. So I'm in love with it. I love it. Second on the list today, we have Teenage Mercenary. So Teenage Mercenary is actually a very interesting one. Like, I've actually reread it multiple times. In fact, I just finished reading it recently. So it has 243 chapters. It is ongoing. It's still going on, right? And it's actually interesting. Even as long as it is interesting. So some of its subgenres are like action, drama, like a school life, because it follows the life of a teenage boy, and also a strong MC. Then it also has like some military style in it. So it's about like a teenager it's about a child basically who ended up in mercenary camps after he and his parents encountered a plane crash. Basically, is the beginning of the story is, did any one of you watch like Iron Fist, like Marvel's Iron Fist? If you did like that kind of stuff, but not like under the Shaolin, this time under mercenary. Anyways, so as you guys know, I'm a big Marvel fan. I already told you guys in the past. If you didn't know that, check out my other videos. Anyways, so he ended up in mercenary camps, and they started training him to be like a very strong mercenary. And later on, he was able to like survive and go back to the real world to meet the rest of his family that were still alive, which is his sister and his grandfather. But then his past refused to let him go. And so read the story to check out what happens. Was he able to like conquer? Like, this, it's just interesting. Check it out. And the artwork is also good. Like, the art is okay. I really, really love it so much. Like, really love, and I absolutely recommend. So, the third one on the list is The Sword's Master Son, or Sword Master's youngest son. So it's the subgenres include like reincarnation, action. It's about also a strong MC. Like, it's about a weak to like super strong MC. Also, it has 163 chapter. It is ongoing. The artwork is pretty good, really, really good too, and I absolutely love it. So just let me give you a summary on it. So it's about Gene Ronkendale. He was born with a strong destiny, but he could not reach his potential despite his efforts. He was heavily bullied by like the other family members. He was particularly born into a family where like you have to compete, right? You have to compete with everybody, and you have to show like your strength. Basically, you have to show your strength to remain like in the family. So when he was not able to reach his strength and he was getting bullied, he ended up expelled because he had no like he had no talent in sword, except after he got expelled, he was able to find a master and find out that his talent was in magic. What? His talent was in magic, not sword. He wasted all those years trying to be a swordman when he was a mage. So something things happened, he reincarnated, and this time around he knows his destiny and he has all the memories, and he's about to get like his revenge on everybody that put him through hell. And also about to be the strongest man. Just check it out, it's really interesting. So next on the list is Viral Eats. Viral Eats is action, a school life, like a coming of age story. It's about a growing MC, whatever. This one is actually not like super fantasy, like there's no much fantasy about it. It's about the story of a student, right, that was getting bullied. And you guys know how crazy like the bullying is in Korea, and how it's also portrayed in the Korean media. And this particular story really like captures it a lot. Obviously exaggerated, but also captures. So this particular MC got bullied, but then he decided that he's going to fight back, and he decided to start learning how to fight on on YouTube. YouTube, yeah, because this man was be censoring, they be censoring YouTube's name. So he started learning how to fight on YouTube, and he started trying to practice that in real life. Then he was able to also meet a team of other friends, and it's really, really interesting. Just check it out. Like, It has 218 chapters and it is also completed. It was really entertaining, but I did not finish it myself for some reason. And it's not because it was not interesting. I think I ended up with another manual interest, or something happened around that time. I was reading, I could not, go back to reading it or something. But because I also didn't remember where I stopped, I was like, am I supposed to look for chapter 150 something or chapter 200 something and start to continue? I beg, count me out. So another one, we have Return of the Mad Demon. Oh my god, guys, do you know how much I love you? Because it's so hot out here. It's super hot. Look at me with wool and black in this heat just to look good for you guys. It's hot. And I couldn't even put on the fan because it's going to be making so much noise. You guys will not hear me properly. And I'm trying to, be sweet to you guys. But anyways, can you guys see how much I love you? So back to what I was saying. Return of the Mad Demon. So it's the subgenres are reincarnation, action, a strong MC, martial arts, and a revenge plot. So it has 149 chapters. It's also ongoing, and I absolutely love it. I mean, I liked it, I guess. So the story was about the MC like stealing the heavenly jade from the demonic cult, and the demonic cult placed a bounty on his head because of that, right? So he eats it in the fit of rage while they were chasing him. Like, what are you guys going to do anyways? And he ends up dying by falling off a cliff, and then he reincarnates to his 20s. He was in his like late 50s when this whole thing happened. So he reincarnated to his 20s, and then he has to really live life again, get his revenge with the demonic cause for placing a bounty on his head. Even though it was the one that stole their heavenly jade. It's really interesting story, and that's like a bit of comedy and stuff in it also. You guys should really check it out. So we're moving on to the next one. We have Weak Hero. So Weak Hero, where it has like an edgy MC, like it's about a super smart MC also. There's also bullies in this one, and it's also like a lot of action. So Weak Hero actually has like a K drama with 2 seasons, like on online for you guys to watch. And he also has like, I think, I'm not sure if it has a anime adaptation, I'm not really sure. So it has 267 chapters and it's also complete. The story is about a MC who is like super strong, no, sorry, super smart. He moved into a new school, and in that school there's like a lot of bullying going on, and he is very very about his book. If you try to distract him from his book, that's when he has a problem with you. So when the bullies were trying him and they tried to distract him from his book and stuff, he started using like his smartness to deal them hell. I did not actually read the manual, which you can probably tell, but I watched the season 1 of the K drama, and it was really 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 good. But from the reviews I saw on the manual too, I think the manual is really amazing too. So the next one on the list is Nano Machine. Guys, 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 read it. If you don't read any other book on this list, read Nano Machine. So, Nano Machine's subgenre is like it has an OPMC also. OPMC just like solo leveling, super strong MC. It has like action, weak to strong, like hero. He was weak and then it became super strong. Then it also has like it has a system, this system stuff where you get to like pick and it shows your skills and stuff like that. It has a system. So it's also like a revenge plot, right? And it's also like a martial art. And the machine is like a marine story. So it's martial arts. So it has 265 chapters. It is ongoing, and I absolutely love it. Down, like I wrote it in my like in the list. You guys probably cannot see, but I wrote absolutely love it. Amazing art. That's what I wrote, and how I feel about it. So story, contrary to anything you're going to see online, I'm just gonna call it what it is. A fuck, a deadbeat father of 7 kids. You know, the leader of the what's it called, the demonic cult, who is super strong and neglects his children, makes them compete for the next leader of the demonic cult basically. And because of that, they're trying to kill off the last son because he's like his mom is the super weakest among them all. But they almost succeeded in assassinating him. But his um his descendants from the future came to rescue him and implanted a nano machine into him. And from there it became super strong. Anyways, that's a short summary, but you guys should actually check it out. Like it's really, really interesting. I think I should put like a band on this so it will stop slipping off. Anyways, let's move on to the next story. Latna Saga, Survivor of the Sword King. So it has an OPMC. It also has like a system. It's action. It's isekai. It's fantasy, comedy, and it's also about adventure. So it has 250 chapters. It is ongoing, but really progressed. Like it's really progressed to a great spot. Even though it's ongoing, like you can read it and not really miss out on. You not feel like you're missing out, like on the ending. So like you can really enjoy it, and it has 250 chapters. So it's really interesting, but over time like it's kind of loses like the interest. I mean, at least for me, I lost like the interest. Like when I got to like chapter, let's say like 150, I was already feeling like I'm tired, man. And but I still read it to like chapter 200. I guess so. Before I stopped reading, but I'll probably read it when they're actually done with the whole thing anyways. So the short story is it's about like an MC gets taken to another world. Okay, it's also like a world where like monsters invade and stuff. So an MC gets taken to another world for them to be trained, but he gets forgotten into the world he's taken into. And because he got forgotten, like he cannot really level up to like past a certain level. So he keeps repeating level 1 to level 4 for like 22 years. 22 years. And when he was just fed up and he was like, okay, maybe I'm just gonna, this is how it's gonna be forever. He actually gets transported back to like another world, another fantasy world, before he actually gets the final opportunity to, go to the real world or whatever. But like the story takes place mostly in like fantasy worlds. I don't even think the part I read he got to go to the real world yet or anything. But I know like the story has like it's different Earths destroying, which is really fun. If you know anything from my show-based manual series recommendation, you can probably tell that I love stories that involve Earth destroying. Anyways, so check it out, it's really good. So next one on the list, Reaper of the Drifting Moon. I'm actually reading that at the moment, like, and it's really interesting. Like the MC is fine AF. He is fine. But he's going through a lot. I mean, like chapter 35 and them, I want to cry. I want to cry on. I want to cry for him. It's going through a lot. So it's action, martial arts, OPMC, and also a revenge series. Like this one is revenge, like revenge. Majority of the story is based on revenge, and if you read the story, you will agree on why he should get that revenge. Like you will root for the revenge, and want the revenge happen as soon as possible. Honestly, like he's not doing enough. He needs to do more. So we have a drifter kid. Oh my god, me reading this actually reminds me of one story that is not on the list. Poison, the Asura the dragon, or the poison dragon or something. I can't remember the name of the poison venom. Oh my god, if I remember the name of the man now, I'll try to put it up here. It's not in my list, but you guys should check it out. It's really, really good. I was so obsessed with it. OMG, like I even made a song for it. That's how obsessed I was. You guys should check it out. So it has like the story of a drifter kid who gets like abducted and thrown to like an assassin, to be trained as an assassin alongside other kings, and they spend like 7 years being trained to be assassins underground. But then when it's finally time for them to do their final mission, the people that gave them the mission canceled the mission and ordered them to be all killed. So all of them ended up dying except the one person that survived, which is the MC. And it's like after you guys disputed our life for 7 years, you cannot even let us move on. Like, and the people that did all of this were still not trying to hunt him on top of everything. Like, guys, you've done enough. You've done enough. You've done enough. Tell me why he's not gonna get revenge. The story is so good. Like, if you read the story, you're gonna be boiling with rage and with passion. So you're gonna be rooting for him the way I am. Anyways, so it has 94 chapters. It is ongoing, and the art is chef kiss. I love the art so much. I said the MC is also art, so he's my type of guy. Feminine looking guys. This is my type. Guys. Let's go on. So a dance of sword in the night. Why is that so awkward? Or the way I called it awkward. A dance of sword in the night. What do you think that's about? Let me know in the comment section. Anyways, I'm gonna tell you. Anyways, it's about an action. It's action. Murim. It's a Murim story too. Okay, the Reaper of the Drifting Moon is also a Murim story. You can probably tell from the title, anyways. So it's also about a strong MC and a revenge plot too. Yes, a revenge plot. Revenge plots are the most interesting, honestly. And unlike movies where the revenge is not satisfying, the revenge in other stories are actually very like it's satisfying. You get to see it happen in all the gruesomeness and all the magicness of it. You get to see it happen. So the story is 131 chapters. It is currently ongoing, and I absolutely love it. It's about like an MC who lives like isolated training to return to like the world, to return to the world, to return to the world, and he wanted to return to the world because he was raised in a like a sword dance crew, so he wanted to go back and see how they're doing and stuff. Except the sword dance crew has been disbanded by the evil people in the Murum world, and they are being exploited. So when he got there, he's like, you guys did what to who, to my people? Ain't no way, ain't no way. You think I'm going to let that slide? It clocked them. It clocked them real quick, and it's really good. Really, really good. Check it out. So, next one on the list, Solo Max Level. Where did the 1 minute silence? Solo Max Level Newbie. That's what it's called. It's also action, fantasy, game, turned reality system. So, it's 211 chapters, great piece of art and story. It is ongoing, and it's it's set in a world with a tower system. So the tower system like counts down to the destruction of the world. And on the like 89th trial, because these people lost 89 times, they lost their words and they almost got destroyed 89 times. So a very, very strong, player finally manages to actually stop the world from being destroyed. But how did he do it? Who is he? And how did it happen? To know that, read the solo max level newbie. Let's go on. Reincarnation of the suicidal battle god. Can you say that on YouTube? I don't know. That's the name of the book. YouTube, that's the name of the book. So, reincarnation, OPMC, and strong MC. When I say OP, I mean overpowered. Overpowered. That's what OP is. Because I know some of you will not clock that. I'm being nice, right? So 103 chapters. It's really interesting. It's also ongoing. So it's about the world ends after like a monster invasion, and the last woman surviving is granted like a opportunity to restart the world with all his memory intact. And what does he choose to do? Restart it or end the world? I guess read the book to find that. Though the answer is pretty obvious. I said the book has 103 chapters. You can imagine what 103 chapters is about if you did not choose to restart the world, anyways. So now we move on to one book I absolutely love. One of my friends, actually, that is not even involved in like manuals or anything like that, found out about this book and was literally so obsessed with the plot. He was calling me regularly to like update him what's going on in the story, what's going on in the story. Like just read it yourself, bro. But anyways, let me tell you what goes on. Let me tell you what goes on. And this book is Return of the manhwa sect. It also has like a second title. I think Return of the Blooming Flower Set or something like that. You should really check this book out. It is absolutely amazing. Like after like Nano Machine is one of my top favorites, like really top favorite. It could even be above Nano Machine in my mind, I think. And the subgenre is like it's about a witty MC, a super smart witty MC, really comedic book. Honestly, it's isekai reincarnation, super strong. It's also like a weak to strong. Though this time, like the MC is not like is weak, yeah, but not weak out of like, oh, it does not have any power. Basically, he was very strong in the past and then he reincarnated. So now he has to start again from scratch. That kind of way too strong. Martial arts, Morium, fantasy, like that's it. It has 152 chapters, it's ongoing. And in my notes, I literally wrote obsessed. I keep rereading. I've reread this book so many times. So many times. I know the plot of my head. To prove that right, let me tell you the plot. So it's about a the strongest fighter in the Manhwa sect, right? The Manhwa sect fought in when the demonic sect tried to take over the world, and their sect suffered the most damage in the process. So they all ended up losing their lives in the battle, but they were able to conquer and help the Morium world to stay afloat. So 500 years later, the strongest in the Montour sect reincarnates to like the body of a beggar, only to find out that the mortal sex is actually not rated in the current world. Which, if you think about it logically, like it's 500 years later, makes sense they are not rated. But then they're not rated not because they are not supposed to be rated, but because the other sex took advantage of their weakness after the battle ended and destroyed everything about them. So he's like, nah, you guys didn't do that. After everything we did for you, you guys did not do that. So he tries to rebuild the mortal sect, and don't mind you, it's a beggar, a little beggar this time around. If he cannot just go to mortal sect and be like, oh, I'm you guys' past ancestor and I know everything about the sects. Let me help you guys build it. Cannot do that. So just find out how we did it basically. It's really, really fun, really, really interesting. And the MC is going to make you want to keep reading that book. Like he's so so funny. It's hilarious. So next we have the player who can't level up. It's a fantasy system and a very strong MC. So it has 192 chapters. It's interesting and it has an okay and engaging art. It's also ongoing. So it's the storyline involves like towers, gates, a player, the whole shebang. That's how I actually wrote it. That's how I wrote it on my list. So um the MC is stuck at level one, even though he keeps putting in like a lot of effort, and he keeps trying, but he's literally stuck at level one. But something happens and he was able to awaken his unique ability. And you can guess what happens after that. Super strong now, on top of the world. I'm on top of your and shit. So yeah, I can't stop cussing, man. Like literally, it's in the blood. Deal with it. So we have the archmage returns after 4,000 years. It's isekai fantasy mage OPMC. I'm not going to give you a summary because the summary is basically the title. The archmage returns after 4,000 years. What do you think happens when he returns? Do with that information what you want to do with it. It's really interesting though. So it has 206 chapters. It's complete, and I've reread it so many times. So many times. It's actually one of the first manuals I ever read in my manual journey. Like one of the first books I ever read. Like when I started reading manuals. So the next one is my S class hunter. So it's a regression fantasy system, weak MC but OPMC. It's like you guys are like, how is that happening? How is it weak but OP? Yeah, read the book to find out. It's weak but it's also OP. It has 153 chapters. It's absolutely fun. The art is not really that good too, but I've read it so many times. Like this particular one, I've read it at least 5 times. That's how interesting it is. I really love it. It's also ongoing. So the MC is F class, right? He raised his brother, and when they grew up, his brother became like S class. But then his brother was not taking care of him, or at least in fact, his brother wasn't taking care of him. And he was trying to put in the efforts to, remain in his brother's life. But he kept on doing many crazy stuff and putting himself into trouble. And the time he realized that his brother actually cared a lot about him was when they both died. His fault, by the way. So he reincarnates and decides that this life I'm going to stay by my brother. I'm going to stay by my brother. I'm gonna make everything go well. Literally a brother sim. But guess what? It's not only the one that is sim for his brother, but also is sim for him. So really, really interesting story. And also the story involves like the MC, also raising like a lot of meeting a lot of very, very strong people and raising them. Basically, this story, what made this story so interesting to me is basically the fact that this F class MC is surrounded by what, like 5, 10 S class character, but like he's still all of them are still under his thumb. Like that just makes the story so good. It's really, really fun. So check it out. And also it also involves like beast taming, which is interesting, because I really, really love animals. You guys can what do you think my favorite animal is? Like guess guess what my favorite animal is. I can tell you whatever you said is wrong. It's a snake. It's a snake. I love snake, guys. I love snakes so fucking much. Like in the future, I'm going to have a pet, and it's gonna be a snake. I mean, I know snakes would belong in the wild. I'm talking about like a rescue. I'm going to a rescue snake, and I'm going to make sure it stays safe and lives out its full years. And I'm going to tend to all of its needs. My favorite like species, because Okay, I can't believe I'm a speciesist. Like, because I have like a favorite species, and oh my god, it's hot. It's hot. Guys, for a minute, please, because it's so hot. Oh my god. Oh, this favorite species is like I love like ognos. I love corn snakes, ball pythons. Particularly the docile ones, you know. The docile like species. Those are the species I love, you know. Anything that is not venomous, because I love my life. Anyways, so next on the list we have omniscient readers viewpoint. Guys, what I'm about to say is gonna sound crazy. I don't care about this manual. I really don't care about it, but it's interesting. It's interesting. People love it. Like it's one of the most loved manuals. When like it's literally after solo leveling and one other manual I'm going to mention, ORV, as I like to call it, omniscient reader is like literally people's next top three. You know, people love it so much, but I don't. Like I don't see the appeal. You know, it has 260 chapters. It is ongoing. It's got really really good art. Lost me really like I enjoyed reading it, but it lost me at some point, and I did not go back. Guys, it's so hot. It is so hot. You can probably see me sweating. My makeup is going to be like cake because of this heat. Like, I ate some in the country. Anyways, oh my god. Oh my god. So the I'm going to summarize the plot according to what I wrote. Okay, it has a movie coming out soon actually, and the movie is going to feature Jisoo of Blackpink and Limin O for the K drama lovers. You guys actually should check it out. The series I think it's coming out July. God, why am I sweating so much? It's hot. It's hot in here. Oh my god. This is getting rid of my makeup. It's going. My beautiful makeup is going. Anyways, the story is about an office reader is obsessed with like a story, but is stunned when the story actually comes to reality. But but he's the only one that read the story to the end, so he's the only one that knows what's actually going to happen till the end of the story, right? Many other people also read the story, but they probably stopped like somewhere along the line. So like only he knows like the end. It's a really interesting word because it's like a really deep survival word, and the story actually has a double MC, like it has double main characters, which is really interesting in this kind of story plot. So check it out, guys. I think I need to turn on the fan because like I can't do this anymore. Bear with the noise because you guys are the reason why I'm in this heat. So I need to be fast because I can't do this anymore, man. So we have the world after the end, the world after the fall. It's fantasy. I forgot to write the other genres. So it has like Torah, monster, system, regression. That's some. It has 173 chapters. It's got great art. It's ongoing, and it's actually interesting. Like, forget the way I summarized it. I'm just because I'm really getting tired. Today has really been a long day, guys. Like today has actually been a really really long day. I literally just went to another city, just came back. Like, yo, today's was today was hard, man. So next story, 60,000 66,666 years advent of the dark mage. This where did they get the title of this books from? So it has a fantasy isekai, strong OPMC, revenge, as in the most satisfying revenge of in almost any manhwa plot you're gonna ever read. So it has like 153 chapters, great art, it's interesting AF. As I wrote, it's ongoing also. So the main character is Dablo Volpia, is a dark, like powerful mage. He was defeated and sealed away by in a battle like by 12 gods, and then he wakes up, you know, and he wakes up 66,666 years later, and it's like, yo, guys, my revenge, my vengeance has marinated for 66,000 years. Just imagine how deep that vengeance is, you know, and it carries it out like satisfying. Like it's giving the kind of satisfaction the glory did not give, because people are like the glory is satisfaction. It's not. Like let's say one of the most satisfaction revenge plot I've seen in like a K drama or whatever is like I think Vincenzo, but like the glories was it was not satisfying enough for me, you know. Like I like greedy, like Venom Dragon kind of revenge. Even Venom Dragon did not live up to my revenge fantasy, but You guys, don't be my enemy. Don't be my Anyways, let's go on. And to the last and final story for today. The beginning after the end. It's the second most popular um action manhwa out there. Really, really interesting. I absolutely love the story. I've read it so many times. Absolutely love, absolutely amazing. You can see my face coming closer to you guys, right? To tell you how good it is. Read it, read it, read it, read it. Did you get the memo? Read it. 223 chapters, ongoing. Absolutely love. We read multiple times, as I said. It has OPMC, magic, fantasy, isekai, coming of age, adventure. So the plot is MC was reincarnated into another world, where he becomes a magic sworn man, and we watch like his life grow as from young to adult. It has an anime going on at the moment. People don't really like the anime. They keep complaining about the art of the anime, but for me, like, it's not that bad. Like, I'm watching it anyways. So, but I understand them though. I understand why they are so mad. If I'm being honest, because the action scenes in the anime looks my side eye. Really, guys, check it out. It's really, really good. So the beginning at the end, actually one of the most interesting manhwas out there. It's also that one of the, I think it's like this, one of the top five manhwa like stories I read, like in the when I started reading manhwas totally. This one does not involve like any like manhwa, the Chinese stories, but there's going to be like another episode of action manhwas because there's a lot out there and I've read a lot, so I actually know a lot. I can actually give you guys anyways. So if you want more recommendations, let me know and I'm going to come through for you guys. I also want to do like a next manhwa series recommendation on manhwa. So I said on medical manuals because that's actually my favorite manual, second favorite manager of all time. You can guess what the first one is. Showbiz. I love showbiz like crazy. So yeah. So oh my god, thank you guys for watching till the end of today's video. This is where we end. Till next time. And guys, I'm also going to be back with the Reddit series. I'm also going to be back with the channel commentary. We're not done. So thank you for joining me on today's video. Absolutely appreciate you guys. Love you. Bye.